Hi everyone, and I have about 8 to 9 years of experience in various modules of Workday. In compensation space, core and advanced compensation, I have been working with different companies where I've been involved in their implementations for those modules as well. So that's a little about me. All right, so let's get started. So, welcome everyone.
So you can raise your hand or you can stop the trainer at any point of time if you have any questions. Okay. So trainer will be most welcome to answer everyone. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, with that, let's get started. So, as you all know, this is a demo session for the Workday Advanced Compensation course that is provided by Zara Tech. So, to start with, just a few disclaimers on the screen here. So, please be mindful and let's all follow these. Moving on, so the agenda, I think we just got introduced to each other. Next, you will also be looking at what is Workday's history, what the tool looks like with advanced comp, what is the job outlook, the salary trends, industries that uses Workday, the objectives that will be covered in the path of this course, what would be the prerequisites that we will require you to have for workday compensation or establishing a strong learning path for it, and what are the workday compensation frameworks, modules that are covered in advanced compensation, the course curriculum, and the process for Workday Pro Advanced Compensation certification, and also a little about Zarante Tech, what it offers, why you should choose us, and what is the LMS portal and what it looks like, and what accesses you will be having, and the LinkedIn Learner community. So those are the topics that we are going to just walk through. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions at any given point. So yeah, I've just briefly introduced myself, but let me go again. And I've been working with different client companies within Workday, different modules. In fact, HCM, core compensation, advanced compensation, recruit, and talent and performance. These are my core modules that I've gotten to work in various implementation projects, and with about 5 companies in the last 8 years. So, and most of them are client companies, so it was an in-house role. Yeah, that's more about what I've been doing in the Workday ecosystem. And this with Zartec would be my first training, but I have more of an in-house training experience. And for certifications, I do have a HCM Pro certification and in pipeline for compensation. So that's about me. So about Workday, as you all would know or would have done previous courses, Workday is a cloud-based enterprise resource planning platform that gives us, that has many applications around finance, human resources, student and faculty services as main of their, offerings. And then it also offers a lot of features and tools that, manages employee payroll, benefits, time tracking, exchange, expense management, talent management, and more. So these are only a number of features, but it has a vast hub of features that kind of help in managing end-to-end employee life cycle within the tool. So that's about Workday. Then moving on to the history of Workday. So Workday was co-founded by Dave and Anil in 2005. And then Workday got its first cloud-based service, which was around for financial management. So around 2007. And then in 2010, they expanded their product line to HCM applications. And from there, they expanded to various modules or product lines, including AWS integrations and with their product lines over the years. And that's the timeline that they have. So moving on to the job outlook for Workday Advanced Compensation. Advanced compensation, as you all know, is more to do with the employee's compensation cycle within the company. So an advanced compensation consultant on average would be having a salary of 1,42,000 dollars per year, and the starting roles could go about $90,000 per year or annually. So that would be, the compensation range or the latest salary trends from low to high that you can see here. And for Workday compensation, there are many jobs in the market, ranging from managerial positions to lead positions or functional expertise, specialist, analyst positions, where you are expected to handle or participate in the advanced compensation implementation. And they might, it depends from, company to company. As a consultant, you will need to be adept with various advanced compensation features and concepts to support these roles, and also within the industries that it is growing as a most used module of Workday. Financial services, technology, healthcare, manufacturing, professional services are some industries that are seeing growth in the usage of or implementation of Workday Advanced Compensation. So, yeah, that's the jobs outlook. Then going forward, we also have put forth salary trend here in detail, so you can see what is the medium salary. And while it could be starting at a range of $47,000 for someone absolutely new in Workday or advanced compensation, it can go up until 90%, and experienced candidates or experienced consultants can reach about a salary range of $1,95,000. So that's the salary trend that the market is seeing currently for the advanced compensation module. And the industries, again, you can see there are many, like, various industries that uses it. Especially, I think what personally I've seen is that in every company there is an merit cycle and an appraisal cycle where advanced compensation is heavily used. So yeah, it's truly growing, and these are some industries. Now coming to the course and the objective. So with this course, you will learn to master the configuration for advanced pay structures in merit, so or in different appraisal cycles within the company. So to give you a kind of a background, what is the difference between a core compensation and an advanced compensation module within Workday? Well, core compensation is more to do with the salary of the individual itself. So when you join a company, you get a pay structure, a cost to company, and basically all the components that will be within your salary. That would be your core compensation from an end user perspective. And advanced compensation is to do with when you're already working with the company, and it looks at what are the additional variable pays along with salary that you get, or what are the cycles, the compensation cycles that happen year on year in a company to provide employees a raise or a promotion. So for small, mid-size, and large all enterprises, it's very needed that they have a tool that supports these processes and business processes. So you will learn in depth how this module looks like and how you can configure the complex plans, strategies, or manage budgets, set up eligibility roles who would be eligible for different compensation plans within Workday, and how they get that accustomed or like paid out or settled over the cycle. So you will see all of that in this course. And as a prerequisite, it's recommended that it's essential, in fact, to have a strong background in Workday HCM and particularly practical experience with core compensation as well. If you are new and you don't have any of these, modules experience, I would urge you to, if you appear for the certification or before you do that, I would urge you to check out Workday HCM and core compensation as modules because they have a lot of touch points within advanced compensation that will solidify your understanding and help you perform better in the certification exam as well. So yeah, that's I think what you would generally need even for the certification prep. And then why should you take up this course, right? Well, as some of us here are new to advanced compensation, some may have some lingering experience, or even as someone who's worked in advanced compensation for a long time, such as myself, I think it's a ever evolving tool or functionality, and it is a very required experience. It's not very popular. I should not say popular, but very used, or not a lot of consultants are there in this space. So it's a good opportunity for work workday specialists, HRs, or technologists to actually learn how this module works and understand how complex pay structures can be, solved for or implemented in for various companies. So that's why you should take up this course, or who should be taking up this course. And you should at least have a basic understanding of how Workday, HR, and compensation together kind of works, and what are the policies, or just a general understanding of these things would do. So, what are the benefits of this training, right? So, the training would include certain Workday fundamentals. You would also learn about a few touch points within HCM, and it will give you the job readiness for the market, and you'll be able to apply for the same jobs as a consultant in the market. You also get a talent access that's provided by Zaran Tech, and after the training, you also stand a chance to get certified and also get hired by partner companies. So I think these are really unique features of the course offering here. So adds on to just not learning, but actually applying it as well. And then Workday compensation framework. So we'll get into understanding a few things about how Workday compensation works so that you will know if this is a good starting point for you, and if you feel confident to go ahead and take this up as a career, or just go through this course first. It will give you a good idea. So before we jump into the concepts, any questions or anything anyone wants to bring up? All right, so I will go ahead with the compensation framework that you see on your screen right now. So as you know, Workday has various modules, and it gives us a unified solution for various cycles within an employee's life. And there's a touch point diagram right after this slide that will show you what those modules are. So the compensation framework is essential for even hiring an employee, for to say, right? So from the day the employee is hired in the system, they are supposed to have a compensation framework that works for them. And in various global companies, it could be very different, like from India. So India would have different compensation structure, US would have it different, and Canada would have it different. So everything falls into the same tool. So the frameworks are very essential. And the consultants basically from various modules come together in planning these touch points and various modules. So for example, here you would see that compensation actually feeds into recruiting, where you hire employees, and then within HCM core, whenever there's a job change happening, the compensation can change. In case of country transfers, the compensation currency plans, everything can change. with performance. It interacts heavily with performance. If companies need it, they can actually plan their compensation cycles with performance in mind. So key indicators of, just the employee ratings can help determine what is the next best compensation for the employees, things like that. And then you will also see various integrations such as payroll, benefits, third party payroll, banking and settlement. All of these kind of depend on the employee's compensation as such. And then you also have a little bit of finance showing up here, like the financial accounting part, expenses part, where, any claimable or reimbursable expenses that the employee is eligible for, well, they have to define that as well, right? So compensation is kind of big area and very important one to actually make everything else functional. So those are the touch points, and usually you would see that within the Workday ecosystem there are consultant expertise in various modules, or at least 2 to 3 modules themselves, so that they can actually tie many of these things together. So that's the compensation framework. And then coming to the compensation structure. So, like I was saying, every company has it different. So, it's an enterprise wide and individual worker level supported tool. So, enterprise wide, you can set up various compensation plans, packages, and stuff. And then on an individual level as well, if you have custom requirements for an individual's compensation, that also gets supported by Workday. It's basically broken into 2 parts, the compensation framework itself.
Hey, Zarentech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose Zarentech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with Zarentech.
Previously, like I was mentioning, it's called the core compensation module and the advanced compensation module. And basically, they are different from each other because compensation, like I said, is more to do with what you are providing your employee when there is a change of or a hire, and that becomes his structure or his or her structure of compensation. And advanced compensation is basically, you can in layman terms call it as add-ons, right? A bonus plan or a stock plan, or for sales jobs we see incentive or commission plans, and also cyclical advances or cyclical bonuses, or hike or appraisal cycle, which is called merit in Workday. So all of that falls into the advanced compensation bucket. So the entire structure kind of comprises of the grades or the level of compensation and the plans, which is grouped together into a compensation package. So grades are nothing but basically levels of the job itself. So for just to give you an example to visualize this, the starting entry level job would have grade 1, a medium level job would have grade 2, grade 3, and so on. So you can define the range of compensation or various eligibilities for each of these grades, and Workday would ask you to put all of this into a package so that whenever you make the hire in the tenant, all of it defaults, or whenever you do a change job, it would automatically start reflecting what the employees are eligible of. So, and the advanced compensation module basically has stock, bonus, and merit and other variable plans that we will see in the course. So that's about the compensation framework and structure. Now the package structure. So what is a package essentially? Well, a package could contain everything that the employee in his employee cycle is eligible for. And while we will see how, I will give you a brief understanding of what are the best practices and how to set up a package. It would consist of most of these plans as and when applicable. Now, while some of them seem like every employee can have, they might not be eligible for it. So that's where the eligibility rules come into picture, where you can set up the tool in a way to say, okay, person X gets allowance, a salary, and stock, but does not get a merit plan. If you want to set up those kind of combinations, you can do that via eligibility rules. And grade profiles are nothing but the levels of the job that are there in the system. Then compensation elements are basically something we will go in very much in depth with this course. So these are just a few that are to be named, but I will not deep dive here because that will happen in the advanced compensation course itself. Payroll earnings are basically like payroll tags that feed into payroll integrations, so you can even configure those within Workday. That's a lot of information. So, any questions so far? All right. So, moving on. So, this is another graphic to tell you what Workday compensation framework looks like and basically what advanced compensation components mean. So, a compensation matrix is set up at a high level where you can define who is eligible for the advanced compensation cycle and what would look like, what the awards would look like, or for example, a compensation matrix for 3 different countries with different eligibility and performance. All of that you can feed it into a matrix and say, okay, if a person X belongs to USA, is on this level of the job, has got this rating and performance, gets this much percent increment or merit or bonus, right? So you can define the matrix to work in a way to give you those recommendations in the tool. And then you have various components that work on the compensation plan itself. Like if you want to prorate for a certain period of time that the employee should be eligible to get increment, you can do that. If they should be waiting periods for them to be eligible for the compensation plan, you can also set up that. So there are various topics that we will cover in the advanced compensation components. And then, so the main ones that are heavily used I've seen is compensation metric, waiting period, and the time proration rules. So we will go in the depth of each of these topics, see how you can do this on a live tenant, practice these with real life scenarios for you to establish a good understanding of how to accommodate various recommendations or requirements for advanced compensation within these elements. So that's more to do with the components. And then you can also do like mass actions, because you cannot really sit and set up every individual's compensation eligibility or even the plans, right? So the Workday provides you various options to do mass actions, like setting up the merit or bonus events itself, and then the eligibility rules kind of take care of all the employees in the system that should or should not be eligible for certain components within compensation. And defaulting of compensation can happen on position management and job management staffing models on Workday. So defaulting of compensation basically means that it would already populate a part of a compensation and you can edit it to fit the role. So that also is something that the Workday compensation framework is capable of handling. And then, so these are the various steps through which you would set up a compensation structure. Now, I would definitely recommend us to, take a look at core compensation also, because many of these elements, frequency and guidelines, are something that you would set up before the advanced compensation module. And then you would touch base on compensation basis, compensation plans, or the add ons, right? Like I was mentioning, and add any plan guidelines to them. So, yeah, so this is how the structure comes into being. Moving on to certain terminologies. So, within advanced compensation, you would see something called as the configurable grid, where the planners, whoever is, usually we see the leadership in the company or the managers providing the inputs where they get to rate, mark, and award. So basically, give the increment percentage, right? 2%, 5%, 10%, so on, for the merit, bonus, or stock. So this happens on a grid kind of setup. So you can set this up completely, totally customizable. You can put in as much detail you want, like with the job levels, the employee's performance, what is the current compensation range he or she sits on, to make those decisions, right? So the grid is kind of a report card or an assessment tool that shows all the employees at once with all the details, so that the planner or the manager can make the right decision and propose the right award or the right increment percentage. So you can give the access via configurable security to the compensation administrator. The HR partners can also do this on behalf of the planners and so forth. Controller. The controller feature or the term itself is self-explanatory. It gives the access to control the entire compensation event. So if it is a merit event, for example, in the advanced compensation space, it would happen at the year end, so to speak. So it will be a window of maybe 3 to 5 months, depending on company to company, where it's open and people can go in and make adjustments. So the compensation administrator access is a very powerful access that should remain with the HR team member or the HR team itself, and should not be given to the end user. It should be with the consultant. That's the recommendation, because they get to control access to the control page of the entire process, and they get to see the view of all of the data that's put in by the planners in the system. The planner is somebody who makes the compensation awards or basically assigns those. So, and the pool basically means the budget spend. Basically, every company would assign a certain budget for that merit event or bonus or stock. And you can also keep it free in the system, meaning that if you don't have a restricted budget, Workday is also capable of auto-calculating what should be the recommended budget in the system. So you will also see how that can be done and reported on in this course. And then, shared participation. Shared participation basically means who all get the access to the compensation planning event itself. So for example, to draw you a picture, if the manager is somebody who's entering the awards, would the manager's manager also get a view, get to approve, complete? Or if somebody else who has to be delegated, an assistant manager maybe, should they also have a shared participation in the program or the event? You get to design every requirement in its way in the shared participation functionality. So we'll also practice that and see various scenarios around it. Compensation eligibility rules, like I was saying, it's mostly to define who's eligible for what. So if you have, let's say, a sales allowance program or a sales incentive commission program, you want only certain jobs to be eligible for it and not the HR jobs per se or tech jobs. You can set up the eligibility rules for that plan to actually be eligible only for the said population, right? And you can use various complex logics like and or. So within the same rule, you can say sales and marketing and so on, and then you can also define an or, right? Whether or not this job will be applicable for the compensation plan. So compensation eligibility rules basically work like the system gate to say, okay, these are the plans that the employees will be eligible for. And then, yeah, within the roles, like I was just giving you an example of a job profile, but you can select many criterias within the rules itself. So you can also select group of profiles. So that happens within job family. A job family is a group of profiles. You can select those. If you have various organization types or customer organizations in your tenant or company, you can also set up rules basis of that. Locations, employee type, pay rate type, management level. These are a few more examples of basis which you can select a criteria. So I can say regular employees from the location of US in sales job should be having the allowance plan. And then I also get to mass action or just roll out that plan for all of those employees that fit into the eligibility. So you will see this happening in live when we start the course. So these are the modules that we have focused on in the curriculum. So you will see how compensation elements and eligibility rules interact with each other, grade and grade steps, managing compensation, which would also have various plans, hourly, allowance, merit, bonus, and stock. Just to call out, the salary plan is, I think we have a basic overview of that, but that would be more to do with core compensation. But yeah, we'll go through that in a brief in this training session as well. And then after the stock, we will quickly jump into setting up the compensation reviews. This is where you kind of practice how a merit cycle would even take place within Workday and how you would set up various components within compensation reviews. So you will also get an understanding of how this works, what are the calculated plans, and how to set up those, what's a compensation basis. And then after the review is done, Workday also has functionalities through which they can get a compensation statement or a merit letter or a bonus letter and so on. So we'll also see how that can be done. There's a little bit of information module on severance as well. So when a termination occurs, this is also an advanced compensation piece where if a layoff is happening in the company, they may be eligible for severance, and you can also set up severance plans in Workday. And the last module here is market salary data. So we'll also go through that. So this is an overview of what this entire course will consist of. I'll take a pause here for any questions or anything that you would specifically want to know.
Good.
Thanks. Proceeding with the next slide here. So yeah, you can also see here the steps to get yourself certified. So first you would have to enroll in the program and enroll in the course. You can also take a practice exam and then basically appear for the exam and get certified. So there are various program methods or even the courses that within Workday, design in a program format or an instructor-led format. And then you also have self-paced courses within the Workday community and learning module, and then you can also give the exam, right? So there are about a few prerequisite courses. I'm not sure if that's still the case where you need to do prerequisite courses, but I think with Zantech you can also get certified. So yeah, any questions on that, you can reach out to the Zarantech team.
I
But
I will explain the certification once you're done. So
sure,
if you are okay, then I can directly get into the certification right now.
yes, yeah,
Oh,
I think that should be good.
okay, I'll do that. Okay, let me share my screen. Just a second. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you so much. So basically, guys, I just want to let you know, like, once you register with Zarantech, right? Okay, so you will be getting this cohort. I think the support team can just share the cohort link into the chat to all the participants. Okay, so once you register with Zarantech, okay, you will be getting a particular training LMS, what will be called as Workday Advanced Compensation plus certification, training and plus certification. Okay, so in this particular LMS, you will be having the session meeting links. I'll show that also. Okay, just to, not to worry, but I will directly come. This is a cohort basically. Okay, in this particular cohort, you can see about the course duration mentioned. Okay, what are the batch schedule? All right. Okay, it is Monday to Thursday at 8:30 p.m. CST. For the people joining from India, it will be Tuesday to Friday, 7 a.m. IST. Okay, so in this particular training module, you'll be getting 2 months of tenant access, which you will be practicing 24/7. Okay, which will be provided to you with a dedicated user ID and a password. Okay, no sharing. It is not a kind of robo form also, so directly you'll be getting the access. Okay, the course fee, okay, will be $499. Okay, which is pretty much affordable. You can see, guys. Okay, it includes the training labs, tenant access, and the job readiness kit also. So during the end of the training, you will be getting a job readiness program videos also, which has been conducted by different trainer who has already shared, how the Workday job market helps. You'll be getting some kind of sample resumes. Okay, Workday cheat sheet. Okay, some interview questionnaires. All those things will be provided to you. Okay, this is the detailed course curriculum. You can see this is all about the trainer. All these details are updated in the cohort. Okay, so I would directly jump into the certification part. Okay, just to give you a hint that since everybody knows that how the Workday certification works, right? Normally, when you work for a Workday partner company, right? One second. When you work for any Workday partner company, correct? Okay. You can only apply for the certification through the Workday partner company, right? Okay. Because you have to work in a projects. Okay. And definitely, after a certain period of time, you have to apply through your employers. Okay, that is the only options right now available all over the world, that how the Workday certification anybody can apply. Okay, but through Zarantech, you don't have to go through that long process. Okay, so once you complete the training, right? Okay, Zarantech is tied up with a lot of Workday innovation partners. Okay, and Workday staffing partners also. Okay, so basically how it works. Okay, I will show you some posts. So these are the certifications which you can apply right after you complete the training through the Workday innovation partner and the staffing partners. So for example, I'll directly come to the Workday Advanced Compensation. It has a list. Yeah. So Workday Pro Advanced Compensation Services is there. Okay. So this is the certification and the Pro Compensation Services also. Okay. So these are the two certifications which you can directly apply. Okay. Once you are directly registering with Zarantech, and after that we'll be introducing you to the Workday Innovation Partner. So how the process works, I'll explain you. You can see the list that what are the certifications you can go. Okay, so basically, how it works. Once you complete the training, okay, with Zarantech, okay, the minimum eligibility criteria is that you have to take up a training from us. Okay, either it can be self-paced worth $399 or it can be a live training also. The minimum eligibility criteria to purchase any training from us, okay, worth rupees $399. So once you complete the training, right, okay, we will be sending you a form, okay, where definitely you need to fill out the details and you need to let us know that which certification you want to go. Okay, so how it works, once you fill out that form, right, okay, we will be introducing you to our Workday innovation partners. Okay, so they will be sending you an agreement, okay, which you need to review the details. I think they will be charging you $800, which will be coming with one training credit. Okay, so one training credit means you can apply the certification one attempt only. Okay, I'm talking about the real certification. So once you review the contract, once you pay that $800, you will be signing up the agreement with them. Okay, and they will be creating one domain for you with the email ID, and they will be giving you the WLC, which is called as the Workday Learning Community Access. Okay. So after that, once your account is created with the WLC and they will be giving you the domain email ID, okay, you need to set up a date, okay, which will be approved by the admin, okay, and on that particular date you have to give the exams, okay. So now, when you'll be preparing for the exams, we have prepared a platform which is called as the Workday Pro Practitioner Test, okay, which worth $199 for 3 attempts, which Zarantech has created, but that you'll be getting it as a free of cost if in case you're planning to apply for the certification. You can see this, okay, and it is similar in the same way how the certification works. We have prepared that in the same way only.
What sets Zarantech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With Zarantech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
I hope it is clear. Guys, you can see my screen. Any questions anybody is having, you can let me know.
Yeah, I guess I have one question.
Please go
So
ahead.
if I understand correctly, if we do go with this cohort,
Yes.
we don't have to pay for any other Workday course. We can just go straight into the exam for 800.
Yes. So I'll tell you, you have to enroll with us because see, this is something which you have to understand. Zarantech is doing a favor. They are helping people. Okay. I mean, it is your choice. End of the day, you want to go for the certification or not. It is not mandatory that everybody should go, right? Okay. But see, you have to understand normally if you go as per the standard process, right, to apply for the certification, it will take you definitely minimum 3 to 5 years, I believe. Okay. Because
Yeah.
you have to get into a job with a Workday partner company. You have to work in a project, right? Okay. And after that you have to reach out to your employer whether they'll be willing to sponsor for you or not. How it works. Okay, that is a normal standard process which all the companies follows, whoever has implemented Workday. Okay, now with Zarantech you have to take up a training with us, okay, because already we are tied up with some Workday innovation partner and Workday staffing partners. Okay, now once you take up this training, you have to let me know that whenever you're willing to apply for the certification. Some people might not go for the certification also. It is their choice. Okay. So whenever you are ready, you have to let us know. We'll be sending you a form. Okay. Where the basic details which will be mentioned, your name, your current address, currently which domain you're working, okay, which certifications you're looking out to apply for. Okay. I mean, the company which you are working already, they have implemented Workday or not. Okay, so that form will be sending it to you. So once you fill out that form, you let me know that which certification you want to go into. We will send those details to the partner. Okay, and they will be sending you an agreement with the particular certification details. Okay, and some terms and conditions. And I believe that will be $800, which is mentioned here. Okay, which you have to pay for 1 credit. Okay. And that's how once you sign that agreement, okay, once you make the payment after that, okay, they will be creating one domain ID and they will be creating one learning community access also for the real Workday. Okay. So after that, you have to choose up set up the date, because that is the normal process. You pay $800, okay, and you'll be getting 1 training credit. 1 training credit means you can apply for the certification once. There is no second attempt or third attempt. That's how it is.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. I mean, all the details are there. Are some okay, I will share you some of the people who has certified by taking the certification through us, through the partners. Actually, they posted their LinkedIn also. You can see here this person. You can go directly to their profile, and they have taken the training from us. Okay, and they have got certified directly.
Okay. It looks like we're only seeing the Google Doc. That's the only screen we're seeing.
Yes, I mean, this talks everything which we have shared. There are a couple of students who has got certification in different, you know, modules. Some will be in Workday HCM, some will be in Workday integration. That's how it is.
Okay. I just have one more question.
Please go ahead. Yeah, go
How
ahead,
long
please.
is this course for? Is it like for a month or 6 weeks?
It will be like 25 hours training overall. So it will not be dragged, I believe, more than 5 weeks because it's a weekday batch, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And every session will be 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So within, I mean, if it goes for 1.5 hours, also 6 hours per week. So definitely it will be done in 1 month, 24 hours. You can understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So that's how it
Thank you.
is. Okay. Any questions anybody you are having? I mean, regarding the certification, how it works, how we'll be helping you out.
I guess maybe another question.
Please go ahead.
During the course of the study,
Hmm.
let's say, for example, we have a real-time question, bring it up with the trainer, or
Yes,
is it
basically see how it works. Always you have the recordings. Okay. You'll be having the recordings with you. Okay. Because before, in the Google Drive, the LMS gets created through Google Drive. Okay. Before there was a tab called as discussion board, which you used to always update, but Google has removed that right now. Okay. So that tab was basically, where you can post your questions during the offline time and the trainer can answer. But right now, Google has not authorized to use that LMS, the discussion board in the LMS. So right now, how it works, you will be going through the recordings, and whenever the next session is happening, you can talk to the trainer during the session itself. Okay. And you can clear all your questions with the trainer, and during the end of the training, you'll be having a kind of quiz and assessments will be there. Okay. So, and probably you'll be having one quick review session, mock session, okay, with the trainers, where just a kind of overview of the entire training which she will be guiding you go through. So that's how it is. So this is a training LMS, how it looks like. So this particular training LMS will be provided to you once you enrolled with us. Okay. So the training LMS called as Workday Advanced Compensation Training LMS. It will be there with you and the trainer both. Okay. And our support team will explain you how the training LMS looks like and how it works once you are registered with us, enrolled with us. Okay. So the tenant access details. Okay. There will be some guidelines which will be mentioned here. Okay. How to use the tenant. Okay. And it will be posted here. So click here to access your Workday tenant like this. Okay. Where you can see the content team will be uploading all these details. You can directly go here. We have some of the materials for advanced compensation in depth, unit wise. It will be there with the assessments and the lab activities. And along with that, we have given, some people are new to Workday sometimes. So we'll be giving them the core HCM data assessment and lab activities also. That's an, complementary thing which we'll be giving along with this. These are some of the section, details which will be shared by the trainer, which will be uploaded here always. Okay. So regarding the job materials, I told you the job readiness program. Okay. Which we'll be sharing it with. All those things are here itself uploaded. Our resumes, our career path, project responsibility, job roles and responsibilities, all those things will be updated here. There's a video recordings tab. Each and every sessions are getting recorded, and here it will be mentioned like this: video recording demo session. Okay, so once the session gets over, the support team will upload the videos in 2 hours of time frame. Okay. And this video along with the topic names and the duration, it will be uploaded here. So after this, session one, like similarly, duration, topic names, it will be mentioned like that on a sequence wise. Okay. Meeting links tab, whenever any particular sessions are there, all the session meeting links will be uploaded here itself. You just need to go and log into the LMS. No manual links will be sent to you through marketing, through emails or WhatsApp, nothing. You just have to log into the LMS. The batch schedule. Okay, you just have to go to the LMS portal. Need to click on the link here directly. It will be uploaded. It's a Zoom meeting link. You can join it from directly here itself. You do not have to depend on anybody, and you do not have to wait for anyone, to join the meeting links. You can directly log into the LMS and you can directly join it from there. And this is the attendance tab. Okay, it's a Google Sheet form which is already uploaded here. So every day, whichever student is joining the classes, the attendance will be marked here. Okay, by the support team and the trainer. Okay, and obviously, it is very much important if in case you are focusing to apply for the certification after this training. Okay, we are helping you out, and attendance is pretty much must. Okay, but any chance, sometimes if you miss any sessions, you always have the recordings here. Okay, that's it. Any questions? Anything anybody wants to know regarding the training LMS? I hope nobody has any questions.
No questions from me.
Okay, thank you. I think you have seen this, right? How if you have taken any live training with us, and Tamimul, if I do believe you already taken the same training with us, right? So you know the training elements, how it looks like.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's it from my side. Any questions, anybody, before I can hand over the call to regarding certification or the LMS or anything?
I guess I could ask maybe one question.
Please
one
go
last-
ahead. Please go ahead. And one more thing I want to add, because people, whoever is going for the advanced compensation, right? So you will be getting the Workday core compensation LMS access also as a complimentary, the self-paced, okay, which we have recently conducted with one of our trainer. Okay, so that is by default, we'll be giving it to all the participants who will be registering for the Workday Advanced Compensation training, because that will definitely give you a good idea and enhance knowledge also, some basic knowledge if in case you do not know the core compensation, because that is pretty much important, to know both the domain.
Yeah, that's very, very helpful. Thank you. So if someone wants to register for this, do you offer payment plans, or is this something?
We will discuss that, because this is not the
Yeah.
platform to discuss all this. But yes, we do have. Okay,
Okay.
If you are from US, right, we do have payment plan option through Klarna. Okay, that is only for the people from US and Canada. When you go to the checkout, I'll discuss all those things. So when you directly go to the checkout page, there is a Klarna option is there. I will help you out on that. Not probably
Thank
once
you.
the session is over, then we will connect. Okay, morning probably, and I'll help you out. Okay, not to worry.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay.
So yes, I think there was one question on the chat. So it's not compulsory that you go through the core HR certification of advanced comp for advanced comp. But yeah, since you will have those materials handy, I think you can go through those, and that should be good. Even otherwise, you can attempt the certification, but it's recommended that whenever you're applying for a job or you are interviewing, there could be some overlapping questions from those modules as well. But for certification, I think this course will make you adept to attempt it. So that was one question here. And with the demo PPT, actually the rest of the slides is about the certification program and the job readiness itself. So, and the LMS demo which walked us through. So that would basically complete our demo. But one question, will this slides be shared with?
Yes, only for the live students. Okay, so supporting, I think it will be shared with the live participants, right? Whoever enrolled for this batch, correct?
Hi, sir. Sorry, sir.
What I'm asking, I think the PPT will be shared with the participants in the live training LMS, right? Whoever will be enrolled.
Yes, sir. All the
Yes.
PPTs we have already uploaded on the material.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so it will be shared, the demo PPTs and the training. I mean, each and every session will be having one PPT, right? So whoever enrolled for the live batch, okay, they will be having the PPT access in the training LMS itself. But you cannot download because these are copyrights, right? That's the reason.
All right. Yeah, thank you. That helps. Yeah, so this deck also has a quick view of the kind of topics and the overlapping topics that might be part of the certification if you're going to attempt it. So you can see that a little bit of core compensation is involved. So would definitely recommend going through those materials if you are going for the certification. And all of these topics will be thoroughly covered in our course. So with this, you should be able to go through the core compensation module also. And I'm confident that the self-paced or the material that will be available to you will be easy to understand, given that you've already covered advanced compensation. So you can, definitely check these topics out as well. Then, this is the information of the Workday Learning Center and what to do if your exam attempt did not go through. this also, I think, the Zarantech tech team can better explain you, but it's also part of this demo deck here. And then these are the slides that are there. I think you can just refer these slides and let us know if you have any questions. This is more to do with the Zarantech platform and how it is helping us connect for me to help train and you to complete a certification, become market ready. So all the information is there here. Learning management system, I think it has been already covered by and the learner community. This is a LinkedIn community where you can go through daily videos, articles, live sessions and guides from the real world, right? So I think it's a good platform and I've been following this community page for a while now. It definitely is a helpful resource. So yeah, yes, with that, I think we can say that we conclude this demo. The forum is open for more questions, discussions, or anything you want to know. If there are no questions, I think we are good. So would you like to let us know what are the next steps, and then we can maybe
I mean, we will just conclude.
Yeah.
Okay. If in case anybody doesn't have any question, I think the support team has ran some poll. If you guys can just give your votes on that, that will be a great help. Okay. Okay. Sounds great. I think we can conclude. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone to join the webinar. We will connect you. Thank you. Thanks for your valuable time and I'll keep you posted. Sounds great?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone. Thanks for joining the session. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Bye.